gentleman over the mic over here. Just going to give us a heads up, Steve. Yep. Thanks, mate.
All good. Well, it's terrific to be here with Wayne Gerard, the Queensland's Chief Entrepreneur, and to celebrate the work that's already been done over the past 6 years by the Palaszczuk government in relation to supporting our startup and entrepreneurial and innovation sector. But today has been a great opportunity. Out of Cabinet today, I can report that we've made a decision to take things further and work more closely with the sector. There's been some outstanding work done off the back of our advanced Queensland parameters over the past 6 years, as I say, which is built off the back of excellent work as part of modernising Labor governments in the last 30 years, including the way in which the Goss government saw the education valued more highly and innovative ways, new ways of doing things accepted here in Queensland. The Beattie government saw the smart state really lay the groundwork and base for our, particularly our university and research sectors, to develop the capability of our innovation sector here in Queensland. But over the past 6 years, Advanced Queensland has delivered outstanding outcomes, which has helped commercialise that capability and deliver businesses and innovators who are delivering on a world stage. Companies like Illume, whose COVID test, whose short turnaround COVID test is making a difference on the world stage now, has been recently accepted by the TGA here in Australia, and we'll see that product making a difference in the way in which we come out of COVID. Just one example of the many success stories that have been supported by Advanced Queensland over the past 6 years. A program which has seen $755 million from the Queensland government leverage out $965 million out of the private sector and deliver more than 1,000 different projects and deliver almost 27,000 jobs in the Queensland economy. And I've got to acknowledge that Wayne Gerard, our Chief Entrepreneur, appointed a few months ago, was one of the people who was behind the design of that program from the outset. But what we decided today as a government is to help further engage on how we take that further. Wayne, in his role as Chief Entrepreneur and the Innovation Advisory Council that's been set up under his leadership, has been doing some great groundwork over the past few months with the startup sector, with the innovation sector, with the research sector, to understand how do we take Advanced Queensland forward. What government agreed to today was the prescription that they've set out about how to do that and how to engage further. This gives the whole of government, but particularly led by Wayne and his team, the opportunity to now engage with not just that sector but more broadly in Queensland or Queenslanders to get that feedback about how we take Advanced Queensland further. As we saw the Premier say just last week, that innovation sector is going to make a huge difference to how we transform the state and how we transform our economy. There's huge opportunities out of this. The University of Queensland did a study looking at this sector that identified the massive benefits and opportunities that are available if we get this right. If we support our startup sector, our scale-up sector, support our innovators and transform how those great Queensland ideas can produce the solutions to the problems that we all have, not only here in Queensland but beyond, we can continue to sell that to the world as we are doing with so many parts of the sector. So I might hand over to Wayne to speak a bit further about the work that he's done over the last few months and that pathway forward and those opportunities going forward. but this is a really exciting time. It fits in very much with the broader time frame that we have going forward around, pinned around things like the 2032 Olympic and Paralympic Games. That 20-year time frame leading up to and beyond the Games is very similar to the time frame that this sector needs to work in and work on. But we've got some great prospects and great opportunities. We want to make sure that research, that investment that the Palaszczuk government has made over the past 6 years continues to deliver, and we've got a great whole range of opportunities across Queensland's economy, which will see that at the coalface of innovation we can make a huge difference. Wayne.
Thanks very much, Minister. It's an incredibly exciting time for Queensland. It's great to have the support and backing of the government, and really innovation is a whole of government, whole of economy, whole of society opportunity. Over the last 3 months we've been pulling together an Innovation Advisory Council. The Council really is a representation of the broader community. We've got people representing youth entrepreneurship, we've got people representing our regions, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders, our corporate sector, the investment sector, talent development, talent attraction, and our research and commercialisation sector. It's so exciting to see the potential we have here in Queensland, and like the Minister said, pinning that towards things like the Olympics makes just so much sense. But more broadly than that, we would be innovating anyway. We've got an amazing existing industry. That existing industry has so many opportunities that we can work with them to unlock through innovation. Working with existing industry creates an enormous opportunity for emerging industries to get customers and to demonstrate that we've got products that are relevant both here and globally. We really want to be the builders of innovation in Queensland, not the buyers. We want to create the jobs here, we want to create the companies here, we want to create the products and services here that solve really, really important problems. And those problems are both local problems and international problems. Innovation isn't just all about tech startups. Yes, tech startups are incredibly important, and they are high job creators for our economy. More broadly, innovation is about solving real world problems. And one of the things that makes Queensland really unique is the nature of our community. We have an amazing community of people that genuinely are curious problem solvers. By plugging those curious problem solvers into some of the challenges we face in regional Queensland, some of the challenges that we have with, say, social and community housing, and some of the opportunities that are provided by a really buoyant technology sector and great research coming out of our universities, we can really unlock innovation and really create enormous prosperity going forward.
Thanks, Wayne. It's great to be able to have a partner like yourself in this process. Happy to answer any questions.
Will Advance Queensland be on a number plate anytime soon?
I don't think there's an appetite for a change to our number plates right at the moment. There's more important things than that going around. But this is a demonstration that smart state thinking was really transformative 10 years ago. It changed and beyond, more than that. And what it did is it laid the platform for the capability, for the Illumes, for the GuardTechs, for the range of other innovative companies that we have now based in Queensland.
Smart State led to, it doubled the number of scientists in Queensland, it doubled the amount of investment in research and development. What goals do you have specifically for this?
Well, the primary goals that we have is about transforming that research capability, transforming that know-how that Smart State delivered into the jobs and opportunities and the solutions to the problems, as Wayne was just saying.
Like in manufacturing vaccines, for example, that sort of thing?
Across the board. As the Chief Entrepreneur said, this isn't just about tech. And sometimes when people talk about innovation, they immediately think tech. The reality is that this is innovation and solutions and problem solving in our traditional industries. Amazing capability that we already have in things like the resources sector, in agriculture, but taking that further, solving the problems that we have here on the ground in those sort of sectors now, but also then taking that technology to the world, but manufacturing it here. But in health sciences and the life sciences, there's a huge opportunity, and as we've seen, probably accelerated off the back of the impacts of the global pandemic, that capability and that need to have that capability here to protect ourselves from have that sovereign capability that allows us to respond to the challenges that we have here, but then take that capability to the world. I think Loom is a great example of that.
Where will you get staff from? Where are the work skills shortage in just about every sector?
And that's where the team has already identified that talent identification and talent development is so important. I might let Wayne speak to that.
Talent's critical to the success of the emerging technology industry here in Queensland. We actually have untapped talent markets, and it's about being creative about how we tap them. So we have a whole bunch of talent in our existing industries that we've been able to demonstrate we can cross-skill and retrain and bring into these emerging industries. We have an amazing and vibrant immigrant community, and I encourage every immigrant that's out there, everyone that's moved to Queensland, the people that are currently driving Ubers that have a degree and really want to plug into our community, there is so much opportunity here, and one of the best things about our community is how inclusive and welcoming we are. So, and then of course there's this, everyone wants to live in Queensland. And so the 10 to 20,000 people that are immigrating and migrating up here from the southern states, it's about how do we attract great talent into Queensland, how do we plug them into meaningful jobs, how do we also plug in their partners and their families and make them feel welcome. I think one of the things about our community is we're actually really good at doing that. And so the talent challenge that's faced globally at the moment, the talent challenge that's faced in Australia, I actually think is a competitive advantage for us. If we can do talent really well, and I believe we can, that's going to propel Queensland forward.
You said you want to build innovation, not buy it. Any specifics there? What would you like to see us build in Queensland?
Yeah. Every economy needs to think about its competitive advantage. How does it stand out and differentiate itself on a world stage? And so I think for Queensland, we've got really strong traditional industries. And as the Minister said, it's about understanding the opportunities and challenges in those industries and then unlocking those industries through innovation. So that's a combination of technology, software. It's also a combination of technology that, say, helps in mining or agriculture. There is amazing opportunity for us to innovate in areas like environment. Our response to natural disasters, again, another area where we could really differentiate ourselves by building world-leading products and services right here.
I might just add one more thing about that. I think a great example is that in our ag tech hub right now, there's work and development going on the robotic capability for fruit picking. While we have some significant challenges at the moment in terms of the workforce to respond to those needs in that important sector of our economy, it's vital that we figure out those solutions to those wicked problems, and things like robotic fruit pickers are part of that solution going forward. But we are equally as connected to and committed to making sure that we not only develop that technology, but we have ourselves in a situation where we can be building it here and exporting it to the world. Thanks all.